Hi, I'm Christian. Welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today we're working on a top-load GE high-efficiency washer. We're going to be replacing the triple solenoid water valve for the unit. The reason being is the threads where the inlet valves hook up to the water valve on the cold water, I believe it was, are stripped, so it's constantly leaking, and that's the reason why we're going to be replacing it. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the water. The tools you will need to complete this repair are a pair of adjustable pliers, a pair of regular pliers, a 1/4-inch nut driver, or a 1/4-inch bit incorporated with the drill. To begin this repair, you're going to want to shut off the water valves at the house. Once the water supply is shut off, you can go ahead and start disconnecting the inlet hoses. And once they're loose, you can do the rest by hand. So once the inlet hoses have been removed, we want to go ahead and remove the 3 1/4-inch screws that are securing the top panel or control panel in place. So once the screws have been removed, you can go ahead and take a hold of the control panel here, just lift it towards you a little bit and slide it to the right. As you can see, we're trying to get those tabs off the top panel there. So once it's removed, you can just go ahead and lay it down just like that. So now that we have the control panel down and we can access the water valve, the first step we want to do with the water valve is disconnect the wires that go to the water valve. So again, you can just wiggle it. Usually they pull straight off. Sometimes if they've been sitting for a while, you might have to wiggle it just to loosen them up, just so you can pull them off. So once they've been disconnected, we can remove the 2. They're either a 1/4-inch or Phillips. You can use both. I'm going to use a 1/4-inch. And once the screws have been removed, we can lift up a little bit on the valve and then pull towards us just to get the back threaded pieces out of their slots. Now once we can play with it, we want to go ahead and disconnect the clamp for the hose and then remove the hose. So the clamp's off. Now the hose. I'm just going to pull straight off on the hose. Sometimes it can be a little difficult. So now we're ready to install the new water valve. We're going to do it in reverse order of the old water valve. So the first thing we're going to start with here is the hose and the clamp. Just get it lined up and start pushing the hose over the actual nozzle for the water valve. Again, it can be difficult. Once the hose is in place, I'm going to resecure the hose with the clamp. So once the hose is secure, we're going to go ahead and resecure the valve with the screws. We're going to slide the threaded piece of the valve through its opening so we can use the so we can reattach the hoses to them. So just trying to line it up as best you can. Once it's lined up, we want to go ahead and resecure the water valve with the 2 1/4-inch screws. Just like that. And once the 1/4-inch screws are securing the valve, we can go ahead and reinsert the wire connectors on the solenoids. The red wire cover is going to go with the hot valve and the blue one with the cold one. And they just push right on there. So once we've installed the new water valve, we're going to go ahead and reinstall this control panel. So again, you're going to have it in the upright position. You're going to slide the tabs through the slots on the top panel here, and then slide it to the left. Once it's in place, there will be no gaps. And then we can resecure this top panel with the 3/4 inch screws on the back. Now we're going to reattach the hoses. Make sure you're reattaching to the correct solenoid. You can see they're marked right above it. So make sure you use the cold on the cold solenoid and then the hot on the hot solenoid. Be careful when you go to reattach or reinstall the inlet valves. You don't want to cross thread the valve and cause it to leak. Now we can go ahead and turn the water on and check for leaks. Once we have noticed that there's no leaks, that will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality in-home repair video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.